We need to talk about Bring Me the Horizon and how they are the most important band on the planet right now. I've been listening to their new tune Dark Side today on repeat, going round and round and round 20 plus times over. And every time I hear it, I'm listening to it like I'm hearing it for the first time again, like I'm falling in love with Bring Me the Horizon for the first time. How have they got to this point where they feel truly revolutionary? 2016, you might remember it, you might have listened to this record, That's the Spirit. An album that at the time, certain sections of their fan base thought that they were out of touch with them, that they'd lost their identity. But really, the band knew that they had to push this thing in a polarizing direction, all the way to the pop side of things in order to get to the position of where they wanted to be. They've done that, they've come back and met themselves in the middle, and they're at this point where the electronic influences in the band are so energetic and dynamic. The actual songwriting itself is watertight and utterly potent. And now, time and time and time again, Bring Me the Horizon, every time they release a new track, I know I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to listen to it and I'm going to go, this is my favourite Bring Me the Horizon song of all time, because they've just found the formula. And now, they are a truly revolutionary band. You know, the new stuff coming through, they all look to Bring Me for the DNA, for the template of the future. They have changed the trajectory of metal music, of hardcore music, and they have opened the gate to a utopia of post-hardcore.
Taylor Swift finally addresses the blue dress on the boat picture. That and some of my other big takeaways, having listened to 1989 Taylor's version. Let's get into it. You miss Max Martin's touch on some of the biggest moments on the album. Blank Space, Shake It Off, Bad Blood. They don't quite hit in the same heavy-hitting pop way that the originals do. However, that plays perfectly into why we're all here in the first place. This is Taylor's version, and all of a sudden, you find a newfound appreciation for the pop lyricism on this album. It's without doubt the most powerful set of Vault tracks yet. Let me know your favourite in the comments, by the way. But they don't sound anything like 1989. But what they do is they act as almost like a behind-the-scenes look at the journey that Taylor Swift went on to get to writing seminal pop albums like Folklore and Midnights. Slut is the best Vault track. Argue with me in the comments if you want, but it's incredible. The lyric on this thing, if they call me a slut, you know it might be worth it for once. Taylor battling with her relationships in the limelight, in front of the media. And I got to give props to Jack Antonoff on co-production here alongside Taylor, because both of them together have delivered this in the depths of romance. The production is mwah! Chef's kiss on this one. Stunner. And finally, Taylor Swift addresses the blue dress on the boat picture. This is what it looks like. Taylor Swift allegedly leaving a holiday with Harry Styles after they had an argument, broke up, and she was on this boat on her own. People memed it up. She sings on Is It Over Now, the final track from the Vault. Blue dress on a boat. Your new girl is my clone. 1989 Taylor's version is very good, and it's 7 out of 10. I've just got out of listening to Scarlet by Doja Cat. We need to talk. Let me know your thoughts on the album if you've heard it in the comments. Here are mine. First off, this is a rap record, and not a cryptic one at that. Blockbuster entertainment from start to finish from Doja Cat. First 5 tracks on the album, and Doja Cat is angry. An early favourite is FTG, and in a world of female empowerment, Doja Cat clearly doesn't feel she has that female support behind her. If anything, some of those female fans, maybe those girls around her, she feels like they're more self-destructive. The line goes, I don't love you, ho. You worship everything you couldn't be. Smoking Lamborghini, becoming all that you shouldn't be. If it wasn't clear already, Doja Cat has some thoughts and feelings to share with the group. Then Scarlett just gets freaky. Like, do not listen to this in the car with your parents kind of horny. Or maybe do, because that's probably what Doja Cat would want. Agora Hills, the latest single that's been pushed with the album, is a proper standout. One of the lines in it goes, I'll take you around the world, they don't have to understand. This, of course, addressing all the comments that people have or the opinions that people have on Doja Cat's relationship. She wants to be able to love freely without people trying to tear her love life down. And actually, after all those Twitter and Instagram spats, I think Love Life is the most important track on the album. It is a more level-headed, more vulnerable approach to how Doja Cat actually truly feels about those situations. She says on the track, I love it when my fans speak French. I love it when they like my fits. Going on to say, I love roasting them all and hearing them all roast me back. It's quite nice because a little later there's a track called Attention where she says, vulnerability earned me a lot of bacon. And it really has. Doja Cat has always been herself, but the love and affection that she's held for fans, she's never really truly let run. This is kind of like when you fancy someone and you just poke and prod them and tease them, that kind of thing, because you really like them and you want their attention. You can't really truly bring yourself to say, I really like you. It's playful, but there's a lot of love here from Doja Cat for you guys. On the flip side of that, special mention for Skull and Bones where she says, I'ma make it through 27, y'all superstitious. That is a response to people saying that Doja Cat has lost control. She's out of her mind. A reference, of course, to the 27 Club where, you know, the likes of Kurt Cobain lost their lives at that age. She then goes on to say, it's cold, but my blood is warm, talking about the relationship that she has with some people towards her and her art, but that will never get her down. She is fired up and ready to make an impact. Overall, this is a commentary on our relationship with celebrity. It's like the Truman Show, but in reverse. Doja Cat is Jim Carrey, but she's the one running the show. And you guys are the ones in the experiment. It's genius. 9 out of 10 for Scarlett. What do you think?